go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie, and today I have fall minis for tiered tray DIYs using supplies from the Dollar Tree and some items from the Dollar Spot at Target. So let's get started with my first fall tier tray. This is the tier tray I am going to decorate today. I actually got that at Bell's Outlet, I believe. 2-tier wood tray, and we are going to make this for my kitchen table. And this is a brand new tier tray I just put together tonight. And the first thing I'm going to start with is lamb's ear. This is the lamb's ear from the Dollar Tree. I'm so glad they carry it now. I'm just cutting it off the stem so we can start filling in the top tier. I'm going to take some twine and just tie it around the pole there in the middle, just so I have something to kind of stand it in up against the pole to keep it from falling over. And the theme of this fall tier tray is going to be fall with like a nice mint green color. And I think the lamb's ear works perfectly with that. It's a really easy tier tray. Most of the DIYs, there's not that many DIYs on this one. A lot of finds, a lot of really easy things to do. Starting with the lamb's ear. So I put 4 pieces, tied them up, and then this is our first DIY. I found this great bottle at the Dollar Tree. It's got little stacked pumpkins on there. It's got that mint green color, and we're going to use it as a vase. So I'm just going to pop out the little cork and replace the ribbon with just a little twine. I didn't really want a farmhouse vibe on this one. And then these flowers were kind of my inspiration. These are a fall flower pick that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I love that like mint green color. And there's even a blue and then like an ivory. And that's going to kind of set the color scheme for this tier tray. Now just standing in there alone, it just kind of goes all over the place. It doesn't really stay in put. So I'm going to take some Dollar Tree sand and just fill up the little bottle. I love these little bottles for tier trays. They're the perfect size and you can do so many easy things with them by just making like a little vase. So I filled it up most of the way and this is ready to go. So we're going to sit this on the top tier because it's nice and tall. And we're going to decorate all 4 sides of this tier tray because it's going to be on my kitchen table this fall. And I want every side to be decorated. Now the next item is from the Target Dollar Spot. I got it for $1, a little mint green fuzzy pumpkin. And then the little mini or hay bale from the Dollar Tree. Be sure to shake your hay bale over a trash can because they are kind of messy when you take them out of the package. But they provide a great lift for a little pumpkin. And that pumpkin from Target Dollar Spot was the perfect color. It's that fuzzy green material, but you could always DIY your own Dollar Tree one with maybe like a washcloth. I think they might have a towel or a washcloth like that color at Dollar Tree, but I think they look great together. So you can see how quickly this tier tray is coming together. Now the next item, I think these are new maybe. I got this at Dollar Tree this year, a little mint green little pumpkin, mint greenish light blue. And I'm going to use one of these great stands that one of my friends 3D printed for me. It's going to be a perfect little plate holder to make sure that stays put, standing straight up. And then I think these are kind of new too at the Dollar Tree. I found these in like this ivory color at Dollar Tree and also in black. So I thought the ivory would be perfect. It's distressed. It's exactly what I wanted, and it's a leaf, so I think that's going to be perfect for fall. It's nice and tall too, so we're going to definitely put this up here on the tier tray. And you can see that the lamb's ear is kind of like peeking out from behind everything. The next item, this is also from the Dollar Tree. It's that same bluish greenish color, a little candle holder that's a pumpkin. And instead of putting a candle on it, I thought it'd be really cute to put one of these little Target Dollar Spot woven pumpkins on top of it. These are only $1 at the Dollar Spot at Target, and I thought that would make a perfect, easy little display with it. And I think these colors all work really well together. Everything's kind of neutral. It works together really well with like the mint green, the ivory. And then for a little filler, I found some of these little vine balls at Dollar Tree, and I thought these would make great filler for like the areas in the tier tray that kind of need something. And then I also got some of these cotton pods at Dollar Tree. These are the ones that have like the wire on them, which I don't necessarily need. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of snip those off just so they don't really get in the way. And I can use these 4 little cotton pods as filler for the tier tray as well. Super cute. And then, of course, maybe a little bit more lamb's ear. I'm going to cut these down smaller, though. Like each section into 2 like little pieces. So I have little pieces of lamb's ear that I can kind of tuck around because we have finished the top tier of the tier tray. So I want to go ahead and do like the filler there with those. So we're just going to fill in any of the areas here that are kind of open with some of the lamb's ear and the little vine balls. I think those are so cute. And they kind of go with any season, as does lamb's ear. I love it. I decorate with it year round. Just kind of filling it completely up so it looks nice and full. I love a full tier tray. Now moving on to the second tier, I want more lamb's ear. I always pick this up whenever I see it at Dollar Tree. It's so high end and I'm so glad they carry this now. I used to have to buy this at Walmart. And so I just cut them down into individual stems again. And what I'm going to do is almost make like a reef here in the bottom, like overlapping them to kind of fill up all of the void there in the middle so I can kind of decorate around the edges. And then I can always kind of stand these up so they can kind of peek out from behind the items. It's going to make it look really nice and full. And again, I really love that soft fuzzy leaves on there. It's going to go really good with like the mint green, light blue color scheme we have going on. Now check out these cool new signs at Dollar Tree this year. This little acorn, I wanted to switch it out. Instead of saying thankful, I wanted to add my own sign to it. So I've never tried removing one of these before, but it wasn't too hard. I tried to save the little leather thankful so I could reuse it, but I wasn't quite able to. I was able to like kind of rip it off, and then I was able to get the little tacks out. And I love just the raw wood color of the acorn, but I thought we could paint a little welcome fall sign. That is also from the Dollar Tree. And I didn't really have that like light mint color, like mint green color we were using today. So I mixed a little blue, a little green, a little white, and that green's really dominant. So a little bit more blue till I get the perfect shade. And I'm just using a makeup sponge to paint the little welcome fall sign. And I picked this one in particular because I think it's going to do a really good job of covering up those little tackles. So I just hot glue that to the front of the little wood acorn sign. And this is the perfect size for a tier tray. I thought it'd be really cute to tie a little twine right around the little acorn stem into a little bow. And this DIY was so easy and it turned out so cute. So here is our little acorn fall sign. Let's go put this on the tier tray right down here at the bottom. As you can see, perfect size for a tier tray. And let's keep decorating. Now the next item was also from the Target dollar spot. These are $3. It's that same mint green fuzzy pumpkin, but this one is a larger one. So as you can see, I think it's worth $3 though, because it's perfect. I didn't have to do anything to it. The color is perfect. The size is perfect too. And I always make sure that kind of take the tags off. I took the tag off the acorn because when you have a tier tray like that, you might be able to see it from the other side. Now these are also from the Dollar Tree this year. This one has a leather tag on it that says grateful. I kind of want to leave it on there, so I decided just to take this little leaf sign and make it a double-sided sign so I can use it for Thanksgiving as well if I want to. So I just go ahead and flip it over, remove the tag, and then we're going to do, I want like a distressed ivory finish on this, very similar to that metal leaf that we had on the top tier. I want like this antique parchment color followed up like with some distressing with some Antique Wax by Waverly to give me that same feel. And we're going to use some of the new little self-adhesive stencils they have at Dollar Tree this year to do a hand-painted sign. So I just distress again with Antique Wax by Waverly. And these are great. They can be a little tricky trying to make sure they don't like fold up on themselves. I'm going to do this one. Fall is proof that change is beautiful. I think that's going to be perfect on a little leaf sign. And they are stickers, so you can peel and stick them. And be careful because they do like to get all tangled up on themselves. And I just lay that flat. Now, full disclosure, I meant to do a little painter's tape around the edges because I knew there was no way I was going to be able to stencil that without getting any on there. But I'm using this like light brown color. I can't remember the name of that. Kind of a teddy bear color. That might be the color of it. And I just use a stencil dauber from Dollar Tree and I go all around, wiping off all the extra that I should have used painter's tape. But I distressed with brown, so I think it will work. Now, I only did one coat, and I wish I would have done two because there at the bottom, it was a little hard to read the beautiful part. So I had to go in with a really tiny brush to try to, touch that up a little bit. And if I went over with another coat, it probably would have been a little bit better. I don't really care about bleeding or anything like that because it is a distress sign and I'm going to distress it more. I'm going back in with that antique parchment and distressing everything that we just painted on there. And it just makes it look like an old rustic fall leaf sign. And I also try to cover up any of the areas that I kind of get too much brown on from not putting down some painter's tape. But here it is. I wanted it to look rustic, so I guess I got what I wanted. And I think those stencils are really fun to use. Making sure I don't have any wet paint on there. And let's keep decorating. Now, the next sign, this was just a thrifted sign I got for 99 cents at Goodwill. Nice, chunky, hardwood sign. You could use anything. I just wanted something square that's going to stand up on its own. And I painted it white to cover up the pumpkin that was already on there. And we're going to do a really easy, fun burlap project on this. I had an idea of something I wanted. And so I'm going to use some of the brown or tan burlap and some of the white burlap from Dollar Tree. So first I'm going to cut a square larger than the sign of the tan burlap. And then I'm also going to cut a little shape out of the white burlap. What I want to do is do a tan burlap sign with a white burlap pumpkin on it. So I just need a square of both. Now, a lot of you guys have told me that if you Mod Podge and dry the burlap first, it makes it much easier to cut and doesn't fray. So that's what I'm doing. I am Mod Podging all over because you guys have the greatest ideas. I love it when you guys give me crafting tips. And then I'm also going to put a rather thick layer of Mod Podge here on the sign because we're going to cover it with a burlap. And sometimes it can be a little squirrely getting that to stick. I might have used a little bit too much Mod Podge, but that's okay. So I just put it over it all uncut and everything like this. I can always cut it once I get it dry. And then I just use like a baby wipe to kind of push that Mod Podge down into the fibers. Make sure that the burlap is good and stuck down. And then once I get it dry with my heat gun, I just use my scissors and just cut as close to the edge as I can. And this worked out way better than if I would have tried to cut it down to size because, burlap likes to fray. Just trimming it up, making it look nice. And the trick with the Mod Podge and letting it dry on the burlap, great tip because I was able to cut like an intricate shape in this. I'm going to just kind of freehand cut out a pumpkin. I didn't want to discolor the white at all by drawing on it, so I don't do a very good job because it's very uneven, but it's a pumpkin, so it's like an oval. So if you fold it in half, you can even it up like that. And then I wanted it to be like a section pumpkin. So that's what it looks like so far. Then I'm just going to go ahead and cut like the right side of the pumpkin off. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut the other side of the pumpkin off too. And then we are just going to Mod Podge that right to the front of our tan burlap sign. See how cute and easy that is? And I think that's a really fun DIY. Wanted something maybe with not green in it this time. A little bit of the ivory that we've been using, a little bit of the natural like wood color that we've been using for the burlap. And I coat the back of them with more Mod Podge and using a baby wipe, kind of pushing that down. And you know, it had all that dried Mod Podge on there too. So when I go in here and get it a little bit wet and then use my heat gun, it glued perfectly. To finish off the top of our pumpkin, I just take a little Dollar Tree twine, tie a really sweet little bow to decorate the pumpkin stem, and just glue that right on. This was so easy to make, and I think it's so cute. What do you guys think about my little burlap pumpkin sign? The sides were already white, so I'm going to kind of leave it like that. And we are going to put it here next to our little leaf sign we just painted. Perfect size. I love that it's nice and chunky. It's made out of like real wood, so it's nice and heavy. And then I also found this at the Target dollar spot, but I removed the tag. I can't remember. It was either $3 or $5. Probably $3, but nice size. It's just like that pumpkin we used on the top. So this is a larger version. And I love that braided material of, I guess, is it raffia maybe? And now it is nice and full, so we can just use some of that filler to fill up the bottom too until it is complete. This tier tray was probably one of the easiest tier trays I've ever done. I really love how it turned out, and I think it's going to look great on my table for fall. I decided I needed a little bit more filler, so I decided to use some of these little sweater pumpkins. Now, it's a little tricky to get the clips off the bottom, though. I did have to use my heat gun to kind of melt their glue. And then I'm just going to kind of sit 2 of them kind of back here in the lamb's ear where you can kind of see them peeking out. And then maybe 1 up here at the top. And this tier tray is complete. I'll give you a little music here while you enjoy this one, and then we'll be right back with the next fall tier tray.
Open up the window. I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chases.
Okay, the next tier tray, we're actually going to put it together. This is a tier tray that I have in my Amazon shop listed below. I love the rectangular tier trays, and this one is great because it's white and it's distressed, so it goes great with like coastal farmhouse. I wanted to show you how easy it is to put these together. I've bought a couple of these off Amazon. They're not too expensive, and I think it's easier, better quality than trying to make them myself, because I always love a big tier tray because I can fit some larger items on it. So that's all there is to it. You just have to follow the directions, put the pieces on in order, and screw the nut on the bottom, and we have a tier tray. This one I bought for my kitchen. It works perfect on my kitchen counter. I can kind of sit it over in the corner, and that is what we are decorating today for a fall tier tray. Okay, this is the lamb's ear that I get at Walmart. I used to get it there before Dollar Tree started carrying it, and this is the garland that I just cut down into 4 pieces to make it easier to decorate a tier tray with. And so we're just going to use those nice large pieces of the lamb's ear to get us started on the top tier. Again, we're going to use one of these little hay bales. I always pick these up from the Dollar Tree every year because they are so great for tier trays. They are just the perfect size. But as you can see, they are super messy. I put down a cutting board first, so that would be really easy to take that to the trash can. And that's going to give us some height here in the back of the tier tray. And this tier tray is sitting here on my kitchen counter, right here in the corner. Now, these little pumpkins I got for $1 a piece at Target. I got like some pumpkins and a gourd. And I got these last year or 2 gourds. I got these last year at Target Dollar Spot. I'm not sure if I've seen them this year, but they're really pretty. I also got this like little mint green one. And we're just going to kind of pile some pumpkins around. Pumpkins sitting up on the hay bale, a smaller one here in front. And then these are from the Target Dollar Spot for $1. They're so cute. And I love like the straw-like texture on that one. We're going to pile those up top. Next item is a little pie tray that says Happy Fall from the Dollar Tree. The colors are perfect. My theme on this one, I wanted to do a lot of the orange and the mint green or blue pumpkins and make it really pretty. This is also from the Target Dollar Spot, a little Hello Fall sign that I got there last year for $1. And the color is perfect. I don't even have to make this sign. We're going to put that right here in front on the top of the tier tray. And these are we're going to use the rest of these little ones that I got at Target. The colors are perfect. I didn't have to paint anything. And then I picked up these little orange burlap pumpkins from Dollar Tree. And I love the burlap on those. I think those are really pretty. So very easy filler for a tier tray. And I don't really appreciate the plastic stems, but we'll make it work. And then I also got some Dollar Tree acorns because we were going for that general kind of fall theme. And I thought these would make great filler as well. And I like these better than the wood ones because you don't have to paint them, and that is just a step saved. So let's fill up the top of the tier tray with some of those little burlap pumpkins and acorns. Make sure that it is nice and full. And that's what I mean about these fall tier trays being easy. A lot of these items are already available. And remember the lamb's ear, we're going to use more of that down here on the bottom tier. I really appreciate a 2-tier tier tray because they're really so simple to decorate. The 3 tiers take a little bit more crafting. Now, this is a little creamer that I got at Dollar Tree. I wanted to show you how easy it is to remove the paint on there. I don't really want mine to have the little rooster on there, so I just use some fingernail polish remover and a paper towel and wipe off the paint. Then I can decorate it however I want. I love these little creamers, and since this tier tray is going in my kitchen, I think a little creamer is perfect. Just a little bit of elbow grease to remove all of the paint. And then for a very easy DIY on that, I'm actually just going to use a window cling to decorate that. And Dollar Tree has some really great ones. And the one I'm going to use for this one, I think, is this little gourd one. It's a perfect size. The colors are perfect for what we're going for today. And I definitely like the little white creamer for this. I wanted everything to be very whites, the oranges, the blues, the straw colors. Really reminds me of fall. Now, I just went ahead and put it on there on its own, and it didn't want to stick too well, so I took a baby wipe to get it a little bit wet, the ceramic, and then it stuck on there way better because I just wanted a very temporary solution on there so that I could always reuse this creamer for another tier tray. We're going to put this one right down here on the side. Super cute. And I also have some more of these. I have this gourd left from Target Dollar Spot. We're going to kind of sit that one there next to it, which kind of matches it. Now for the next DIY, I'm going to use one of these little wood bins, I guess, from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to remove the little metal label holder on this. And then it's super easy to make this into a custom sign. It's going to stand up nicely. And we're just going to decorate the back or the bottom, I guess, of the little bin. But first, I just have to remove all the labels and stuff that's on there. Sometimes you definitely have to use some Goo Gone if you get a little bit of goo back there. And clean this up and we can make a fun little sign. So I'm going to start with some ivory acrylic. and just paint that sign. It's going to give me kind of a blank canvas. And then I'm just going to make a really easy little fall sign using a window decal from the Dollar Tree. Whenever I see them in shapes like this with the squares and the rectangles, it is perfect. Look how many small signs you can make with just one sheet of window cling. So this one says Hello Autumn. I like the orange color. And it fits perfectly on this size of bin. So you can definitely use these little bins for signs. They definitely have thick sides, so they're going to stand up nicely. I just do a thin coat of Mod Podge and lay my little window cling on there, making sure that I smooth it out with dry fingers. And while it's still wet, you can kind of reposition it to get out any bubbles or anything like that. You can always use a scraper too if you need to. And then I'm just going to Mod Podge over the top of it. That's going to help seal it on, but it's also going to take away the shininess of the window cling. So I dried it and went on with a second coat. And there is our little custom Hello Autumn sign with the wood sides. So cute. And I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to see it. So I'm just going to boost mine up with one of those little Jenga blocks from Five Below so that you can see it back here in the back of the bottom of the tier tray. Now the next DIY, I picked these little dollar signs up on clearance at Target Dollar Spot. So I usually get them for like 50 cents or so, but I love them because they're super tiny and sometimes it's hard to find a really tiny sign. Now I'm just going to paint over whatever was on there, hot coffee or something like that. And I'm just doing that with white acrylic too. And we're going to make another super easy little custom sign for our fall tier tray. Again, a layer of Mod Podge first. And then I can just peel and stick the little window decal that I want right on the front. And for this one, I thought we would do the greenish color. So this one says sweater weather and pumpkin spice, please. It's a tiny bit too big, but no big deal. You can always just trim them down to size and smooth that out. And we have another super easy little custom sign. I always seal them though with Mod Podge, because I don't want that shiny plastic feel of the decal for sure. And I don't want them falling off. And I love how like that mint green color and the oranges work really well with this, especially on the white tier tray. It really makes them pop. I just used a sanding block to cut off any of the excess window decal that was kind of sticking off the sides on that one. And super cute. I don't know if it's sweater weather here in Florida, but I can pretend, right? We like to always travel for the fall so that we can see the leaves turning somewhere. I also found this cute little cutting board for $1 at Target Dollar Spot that says carve pumpkins, drink coffee. What was the last thing it said? And then I'm going to boost that up with one of those little blocks as well, kind of hiding those underneath the lamb's ear. So they're not super obvious. Oh, it says enjoy fall. Perfect. Now this is going to be a very easy little Dollar Tree candle makeover. I found like a little tiny mint green jar candle from the Dollar Tree. And I am just going to peel the sticker off the front. And then we are just going to make our own little custom candle by cutting down one of the decals. If you find that they're too big, you can always just cut them down to whatever you want. I'm just going to cut out this little square here because it had this great little circle of like pumpkins and gourds in it. And I really just want the circle. I kind of want it to look like a little stamp for the front of the candle. And since it's a glass candle and this is a window decal, all you have to do is peel and stick this on the candle. Super easy. So even if your decals are way too big, you can always use pieces of them just like this. And it's such a faster way to DIY than having to make your own for sure. So I just smoothed that on the front. The color is perfect. And I love these little jar candles. I think they're so cute. I'm going to put this one right here in front of the little cutting board sign. And then I also got this little, is it a pumpkin or an apple? sign from the Target Dollar Spot for $1. And I just took the tag off the back and I thought we'd use these great rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree to decorate it. The colors are perfect for what we were going for. The blue or the green, white, and orange pumpkins, and I thought this little 3 pumpkins would be great. I just peel and stick this on this little blank sign. I think it's actually an apple, but that's okay. It had the perfect mint green sides, so I thought it would work well for this. Maybe it'll look like a pumpkin now that we're adding a pumpkin to it, right? And as you can see, this tier tray was so easy to put together too, with just some items from the Dollar Tree and the Dollar Spot. Don't sleep on the Dollar Spot. Sometimes they have stuff cheaper than the Dollar Tree, like this one. Super cute and easy. And we're just going to put that in the front because he's kind of a little guy right there. And then I also got this pumpkin. I love this green pumpkin at the Target Dollar Spot for $3. It's that same like raffia wrapped, but it's like dyed this like mint green color. And it's got like a twine pumpkin stem. So cute. And I'm going to put that little find right over here to fill out the bottom of the tier tray. Trying to move everything around so that I can make sure that I can see it. We're going to use some of those vine balls, this time the ones that are in tan from the Dollar Tree, for a little filler on this one as well. The color works perfectly. Just kind of pile those around anywhere where I think we might need one. And then some more of the burlap pumpkins that we used for filler on the top. I'm going to kind of scatter those around the tier tray as well. I hope you're getting lots of fun crafting inspiration for your fall tier tray in today's video. We are doing a total of 4 tier trays today, so be sure to stick around. Now, I also decided to use some of these little burlap pumpkins from the Dollar Tree by removing the clips on the bottom of them. And I think maybe I need one right about here. Pumpkins are perfect for fall filler because it totally goes with your theme and they come in all different sizes. And then remember, we also had the acorns that we used for filler on the top. We are going to use those for fillers here on the bottom too. Just sprinkling those kind of all over. They're nice and small. And this is how it turned out, our fall tier tray for the kitchen. And I'll give you some more of that wonderful song while you enjoy, and I'll be right back with more fall DIYs.
A smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild.
Okay, are you ready for another tier tray? This is the other rectangular tier tray that I said that I got on Amazon, my brownish wood one. And we are going to do a fall farm theme on this tier tray. So I'm going to use one of these little windmill signs from the Dollar Tree. And I don't really want the welcome sign on there, and I don't really want it to be a hanging sign. I wanted to kind of decorate the middle tier with the little windmill. And so I'm just trying to peel off the little welcome sign from the bottom, but leave the rest of it intact. So I did that with a pair of pliers and a little bit of heat. It was a little bit of elbow grease to get this off, but totally doable. Just be careful that when you're working with metal like this, that you don't cut yourself. And that left me the perfect piece to DIY the top of my tier tray. Sometimes I like to put something fun at the top of it to set the theme, and a windmill is perfect. I love the galvanized metal too. And I just use some twine to tie it right there to the hook on the top of my tier tray. And it starts a perfect theme, right? Now for the next thing, we're going to do a little farmer's market rooster stencil from the Crafter Square at Dollar Tree and any kind of house sign. I picked this one because I thought it kind of looked like a barn. This is one of the Shore Living's house signs. I just removed the little sticker there on the top. So we can paint this and then do a hand-painted sign. So I am going to use this color. I think this is the Caribbean blue color. And I'm just going to go ahead and tape off the roof so I can leave that nice wood color. And then we are just going to paint this until I get a really good coverage over all the writing that was on there. It took about 3 coats of acrylic. And touching it up a little bit there for any areas that the painter's tape might not have done a great job on. And then I love this stencil. It's so cute. It's a perfect size for this to make a little barn. And even though I'm doing a farm theme, I'm throwing in blue because I love blue and I'm not afraid to use it for fall, but you can make your barn whatever color you want for your decor. So I just tape it on. This is definitely not self-adhesive. And then I am going over with the original color first to try to help avoid bleeding. And then we are going to paint the farmer's market sign on there with some ivory acrylic and a little stencil dauber from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to distress this. I want it to be very coastal farmhouse, so definitely doesn't have to be perfect. I know my stencil's not super tight on there. And that gave me a great white canvas, right? And I'm going to follow that up with orange. So this is like orange mixed with the ivory to give me a light orange color just to do the rooster to make it, stand out a little bit from the rest of the design. And then once I get it all on there, I remove the stencil. We are just going to distress it very lightly with some ivory just to make it look a little bit aged. And I distressed the wood roof of the barn too. And this is going to be a nice tall piece to put on the tier tray. You'll be able to see it in the back of the tier tray. So I put a little 5 Below Jenga block on the back just because it kind of wanted to tip over a little bit on me to make it a little bit more stable. And you guys know I love these straw bales. I've used them on every tier tray so far, haven't I? Another one of these from the Dollar Tree for this farm theme. And some more pumpkins. This is a little Dollar Tree one and a Dollar Spot one. I painted the Dollar Tree one to make them a little bit better color of orange. And that's going to give these little pumpkins some height back here in the back of the tier tray. And this farm fresh fall theme that I was going for on this tier tray turned out really cute. This is just an orange pumpkin dish that I found at Dollar Tree. And we're definitely using orange on this one. So I thought maybe we could stand it up here in the front, kind of leaning it against the little pole in the middle of the tier tray. Now, since we're doing a farm theme, I thought it'd be fun to use some of the little, what are they called? Fairy Garden. Fairy Garden farm supplies. So this is their little tractor, but I wanted to go with my color scheme of the orange and blue. So I just used like this light orange acrylic and I am just repainting my tractor. I'm not going to paint like any details on that, but I do want my tires to remain black. So I'm just going to go in and touch them up anyway. Their paint jobs are never great anyway. And I just want a little orange tractor with black wheels, nothing fancy, but it's going to go with my color scheme. And we'll put that right there in front of our little blue barn. And then they also had this little Fairy Garden farm truck full of bales of hay on the back. And so again, it was a little red truck and I'm just going to update it with that Caribbean blue color so it matches the blue theme we have on this tier tray. I always try to pick a color scheme of like maybe 3 colors to do most items on the tier tray, and it really makes them go well together. So there's our little farm truck right over here with the hay bales. And then they also had like little chickens and chicks. They also have little teeny tiny pigs and hay bales. There's all kinds of really cute little fall fairy garden items that you can find at the Dollar Tree. They even have some crops. So I thought that'd be fun to kind of, dress up this top tier. They're nice and little, so they make perfect little tiny miniature filler for a tier tray. So you can definitely use these tiny items on a tier tray. You don't have to do like a little tiny fairy garden with them. They can totally add some fun little effects. I'm going to kind of decorate the front part of the tier tray with those so you can see them with all the larger items behind. And then these are some of the little pumpkins from the Target Dollar Spot like we used earlier. And I'm just going to use those for filler to fill out the rest of the top of this tier tray. And then also some of the little orange burlap pumpkins from the Dollar Tree as well. To mix it up, I like all different shades of orange and textures as well. So I think that looks pretty cute, our top tier, and we can start DIYing the bottom tier. Now I picked up these great like blue, white, and orange napkins at the Dollar Tree. And I also picked up one of these little dry erase easels. I love using the little easels because they make perfect signs for a tier tray. They're just the right size. And we are going to decorate the dry erase with just a napkin. So we're going to do a really simple decoupage here. They have the most beautiful fall napkins. Lots of great ideas for a fall tier tray. And I just cut it in half and then separate the different layers because you want to get it down to one ply. It's going to make it Mod Podge a lot better. I do a very thin coat of Mod Podge all over the little dry erase board, and then I just sit the napkin right on top, lining it up exactly where I want it, leaving the sides on there because it helps to position it a little bit, and smoothing it all out. Trying to work with it as little as possible so that I don't get any ripping. And then I just use a sanding block to cut off the excess napkin around all four sides once it's dry. And such a cute little pumpkin sign for a tier tray. I'm going to seal it now that it's dry with another thin coat right on top. And I love decoupaging with napkins. It's so fun. And look how pretty that turned out. You would have no idea that was like a little dry erase board. It's a perfect little sign here for the back. I also found this little, I guess they're like doorknob pillows from the Dollar Tree. And it says Happy Fall. It's got beautiful pumpkins all over and a burlap back. And I love using pillows for tier trays. They're a nice, fun surprise. And these are the perfect size. I'm going to put it back here. I actually had a little extra pumpkin sign that I used to help make it stand up a little bit straighter. And on to the next DIY. This is a little metal pumpkin sign from the Dollar Tree. It says Happy Fall and it has a little wheelbarrow on there. I thought that kind of looked fun for a farm. The colors kind of match, but not really the outer part. So I thought I would just paint that. And painted this like orange color to go with my orange and blue theme on this farm tier tray. As you can tell, the orange acrylic doesn't do a great job covering that dark color, but that's okay. I'll just repeat it with a couple of coats. And it's a farm theme, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but it definitely brightened up this little metal sign. And I thought that'd be great to kind of just lean against the little pole here in the middle of the tier tray. Super cute. Now, this chunky little pumpkin I got for $3 at the Target dollar spot. I love that it's wood with like the etching on there and the orange sides. So I thought that would be perfect right here in front, just because it's a little bit shorter. Just got to figure out which direction I want it. This is another one of the little fairy garden. This is like a little chicken coop maybe. So I thought that would be cute down here too, over here on the side. I got this little crate sign at the Target dollar spot for $1. That says pick your own pumpkins, 25 cents. But it just kind of needs something. So I thought I would use some of these little Dollar Tree pumpkin stickers to just stick that to the front of that little crate. And what an easy, quick little sign for a tier tray. Pick your own pumpkins, 25 cents. Hey, that would be a bargain, right? And it's so tiny, it'll be great here right in front. I also found this great little pumpkin sign for $1 at Target dollar spot. And it's so small, it's going to be perfect right here to finish off the front of the bottom tier. And then you guys know I love lamb's ear. This is some of that lamb's ear from Walmart. And I am going to cut it down into some little sprigs that I can use for filler for my tier tray. And even though, you know, it's a farm theme, I really think the lamb's ear goes with any theme. It's just going to make it look fuller and fun. And I just kind of tuck those in any of the little areas that might need something. Filling in all the holes. And then maybe we just need like a few more pumpkins or something like that. So these are those burlap pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I really love this color of orange. And we're going to use those for filler down there. And some of the little faux wool pumpkins, also from the Dollar Tree. These are super cute and fuzzy orange little pumpkins. They make great filler as well. I love a good fall tier tray because it's going to last you all the way through Thanksgiving. So you're not going to be switching it out anytime soon. And if you do a fall tier tray, be sure to post it over in our Facebook group. I would really love to see what you come up with. And I didn't include that in this video, but I do have a Facebook page. I always have it linked in the description below. Love to see you over there. And please come follow my Facebook page. I'm trying to get more involved over there with posting on my Facebook page. I also have Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. And my handle is Crafty Beach on YouTube. Let me give you a little look around at this tier tray while you enjoy that wonderful song. And then I'll be right back with another fall tier tray DIY.
Until November, turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun.
And we are back. Another fall tier tray. I found this great little truck, I guess planter at the Dollar Tree. And it's already blue, but I wanted to do like a little blue truck theme, and it wasn't quite the right shade of blue. So I'm just painting the ceramic truck this light blue color. This is Agave chalk paint by Waverly, and just repainting their blue to the color of blue that I wanted, because we're doing a little blue truck and pumpkin theme for a fall tier tray for my kitchen table. So once I get it painted blue, I just use a paint pen to paint the tires black. We're not going to do a lot of details on here, but we're going to try to make it look a little bit better since we painted the whole thing blue. And then I'm going to use just some ivory chalk paint to paint back on the windows just to give it a little bit more detail. Nothing crazy. And then I'm going to distress it all over with ivory because I love that coastal farmhouse look. And I found a lot of great little blue truck items at the Dollar General for this. I fill up the back of it with little tiny pumpkins that I got from Dollar Tree. I just removed them from the little skewers because they were so tiny. And then I used a skewer and just painted it to make little tiny pumpkin stems for the ones that are on top to pile that in the back of the truck. And I did put a little plastic bag in there first to kind of fill it up so I didn't have to use as many pumpkins. Super easy, just loading up the back of the truck. And then we are just going to do all the DIYs first, and then I'll show you how to put them all together on a 3-tier tray for fall. Now this is one of the little fall pumpkin boxes from the Dollar Tree. I just painted it all over with some pumpkin orange paint and then used a little Dollar Tree foam and a little reindeer moss to fill that in. And then a little bit of this greenery bouquet from Dollar Tree to make a very simple little pumpkin flower arrangement for our tier tray, because it's not going to be just little blue trucks. It's also going to be orange pumpkins as well. So I thought that would be really easy. The next item, this is a tiered tray starter kit from Target Dollar Spot that I got there a couple of years ago. And I thought we could probably use some of the signs here. I think the little Farm Fresh pumpkin sign is going to be perfect. And then I also found this for $1 at Target Dollar Spot, a little metal truck. So it was already white, so it's kind of a perfect canvas that painted that same agave chalk paint by Waverly to make another little blue truck. This one a little bit larger, definitely different feel with it being metal instead of the ceramic. And then we're just going to fill that up with little pumpkins in the back as well. Super easy to paint. I really like these little pumpkins from the Target Dollar Spot. They're a little bit painted nicer than the ones from the Dollar Tree, but I'm just going to load up the back of my truck with those. And I'm going to see how many little blue trucks we can find for this tier tray. That one is ready to go, and on to our next fall mini. I found these great pumpkins at Dollar Tree. One is ceramic and this one's concrete. Very cool. I'm just going to paint mine orange because I want that orange pumpkin feel, and it was super easy to paint these, especially the concrete one. It's great texture for taking paint, and I'm just using chalk paint by Waverly, I think in the color pumpkin on that one. And then I'm also going to paint the ceramic one. You have to be a little bit more careful when you paint the ceramic one. Make sure you don't touch it on anything because it's harder a little bit to get the paint to dry on that smoothly. And then I let them dry and then touch them up if needed. I just wanted two very simple little orange pumpkins. I think my favorite one is the concrete one. And then I used a little bit of a brown color for the pumpkin stem on this one, just to give it a little bit of variety color. And I'm also going to do that on the concrete one. Just a simple DIY. We have a couple of orange pumpkins, the perfect color. Now this is a little truck wood sign from the Dollar Tree. I don't really like the fact that it has glitter on it, but I'm going to show you how I make mine super cute. So the first thing I do is use a sanding block to try to remove the excess glitter. And then I was like, you know what? It's not going to come off. So I'm just going to go ahead and stain it all over with some Antique Wax by Waverly to give me that stained wood feel first. Then we're just going to go in and decorate this with paint pens. I had like a light bluish green color here that I started with to kind of paint in the sign. And then I switched up to orange, painted the pumpkins. I think my camera died there for a second. And then green for the leaves. Wasn't a big fan of the blue color, so I went back with that same agave color that we've been using everywhere else and colored in the rest of the truck with that. Doesn't it look so much better already? And then I'm going to fill in the little paint pen ones with the same pumpkin color that we used before to do the pumpkins and the gourds on the back. And I'm going to change the leaves up a little bit by adding some yellow to them because that'll make them look more like fall. I don't know what I was thinking with green. Then I just use a black Sharpie to kind of redraw all the lines back on. I can still kind of see them through the paint. It's going to give a lot more detail to this DIY and really make things pop. It kind of gives it kind of a cartoonish feel. I also use my Sharpie to draw on top of the glitter Happy Harvest that was on there before, and you can't even tell that there was glitter on there before. So it's a way you can take one of these little cheap signs from the Dollar Tree and make it look more high-end by staining it and painting it. And I stained it because there is like the outline all around, outside of the design. Then I distressed it with ivory. Okay, I found these at Dollar General, little pumpkin salt and pepper shakers. They are perfect. I also found this little blue truck that lights up from Dollar General for $3. It's already the perfect color and everything. Now for the little salt and pepper shaker, I thought we could make a tray out of one of these little metal bins from the Dollar Tree. And then I also found a table runner from Dollar General with the little blue trucks full of pumpkins. And since this tier tray was going to go on my kitchen table, it's going to tie it all together. I thought that the salt and pepper shaker probably could use a sign. This is another sign from the Target Dollar Spot out of that tier tray starter kit that says Farm Fresh Pumpkins. I'm just going to hot glue mine to the back of that galvanized metal bin so that I have salt and pepper shakers that we can use on the kitchen table. Now this is a thrifted pumpkin tray, but it's very similar to the one from Dollar Tree. It probably was from the Dollar Tree, who knows? And I thought that would be really cute. Just cleaning that up a little bit, and we can use that on the tier tray as well. Now, you guys recognize these? We're going to use some more of the straw bales from the Dollar Tree. I've got all kinds of tricks trying to contain the mess here of those straw bales. And we're going to use those as like a riser for items on the tier tray. We're doing a 3-tier tray this time. And then since it's a kitchen table, I need napkins, and I found the perfect napkins for $1.50 at Dollar General with little blue trucks with pumpkins in the back. So don't sleep on Dollar General. They have great things too. For another riser, I'm just going to use one of these little chunky wood circle blocks from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to stain mine with some Antique Wax by Waverly to make it look a little bit better. Then I wanted kind of a larger sign for the tier tray. So I'm using one of these galvanized metal square signs from the Dollar Tree, along with a giant pumpkin sticker from the Dollar Tree to make a very easy little pumpkin sign. And I think that turned out really cute. I'm just going to use one of those Five Below Jenga blocks glued to the back to stand that up to make it a standing sign for the tier tray. I think that's going to go great because the tier tray that we're decorating now is a galvanized metal tier tray. The last item are some maple leaves from Dollar Tree to give that little fall theme. And I'm just kind of trying to leave them all together, but rearrange them so you can kind of see it from both sides and cut off the stem because I don't really need it. And this is going to be a fun little decorating piece. It's going to give me that pop of color for this tier tray. Sorry, the editing's kind of choppy on this one. This was an older video, but it was still turned out really cute, so I wanted to show it to you. So I started by tying the leaves right there to the top with twine of my 3-tier tray, and we can start putting this one together with our little metal truck from the Target Dollar Spot filled with pumpkins in the back. You can see some Halloween decorations peeking out there in the back. I've had lots of Halloween DIY videos out recently. If you haven't seen them, be sure to check them out. Oh, look at this. Special appearance by my son's bearded dragon. He had just rescued him when I made this tier tray. And you know, fun fact is he was not allowed to take that to college because its tank was too big. And so now I am the proud owner of a rescued bearded dragon named Charlie. But you know what? She's actually a girl. So moving down here to the 2nd tier, I am going to put this little truck up on a hay bale so you can see it, but not so sure I like the flashing light. Probably going to turn that off. That's a little annoying, right? And then I just use a dollar spot sign as another riser because I didn't know if you'd be able to see the salt and pepper shakers or they'd be really accessible. And I'm just going to put our little Farm Fresh pumpkin bin with our pumpkin salt and pepper shaker right next to our little blue truck. And keep spinning this around. I got this tier tray at Target. A lot of you guys have asked. It was in their kitchen section, but I believe it's been discontinued because I do remember seeing it on clearance. It's a nice big one, but again, takes a lot to decorate it. And our little concrete pumpkin here next to our little blue truck sign that we DIY'd. And we can use some of those little pumpkins from the Target Dollar Spot for filler to fill out this fall tier tray. And we can keep moving on. I'm trying to make sure that little truck doesn't fall off. Super cute. The colors were perfect on that, so I didn't have to do anything to that one. And now moving on to the bottom tier. This is a large one. I'm going to use one of these little place card chalkboards from Target so I can stand my napkins up here so they'll be accessible, but they're also going to act as decoration because they're totally our little blue truck theme. And as you can see, I have the runner underneath of it too that I found at Dollar General with the little blue trucks. You guys know I love a good little blue truck. I've done so many fall little blue truck DIYs here on my channel. This is the one from Dollar Tree, filled in with pumpkins. And spinning this around so we can decorate this some more. Up next is this little pumpkin planter that we made. Super cute, and I always like having a plant on a tier tray. It adds a fun little element. And then this is that little galvanized metal sign that we made with just a pumpkin sticker from Dollar Tree. So easy. A little hay bale over here for a riser. And another one of the Dollar Tree pumpkins that we painted orange. Gonna use some more of those little Target dollar spot pumpkins for filler to fill in this tier tray as well. And I really hope you got lots of fall crafting inspiration or minis, finds that you don't have to do anything to for your fall tier tray. I tried to give you lots of DIY ideas in this video. You'll have to let me know in the comments below which one of the tier tray themes was your favorite. And now let me show you around on this tier tray.
All the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going, the flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile.
Hey guys, I wanted to let you know that I've introduced memberships on my channel. For $4.99 a month, you can get early ad-free access to my videos and a few other perks as well. And it's an easy way for you to help support a small channel like mine here on YouTube and keep these videos coming. I want to give a huge thank you to the following Crafty Beach Bum members. Thank you to Karen O'Haron, Coastal Couple, Pamela Bergeron, I Am Mojo Jojo, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Sandra Ray, Carrie R., Tracy Knight, Verna Noctegal, Julie Miller, Nancy Wunner, Jan Zalata, Tammy Coates, and Janae Farrington. I would really appreciate it if you joined my channel as a Crafty Beach Bum member, and a huge thank you to all of you that already have. Okay, it's time for the final reveal. I hope you enjoyed these fall mini DIYs today. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment your favorite tier tray below, and please subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers.
Open up the window. I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase it, puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, September. I wonder where they're going, the flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile upon my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile upon my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Dancing through the last days of September.
Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of today's video. If you'd like to watch more Crafty Beach DIYs, YouTube thinks you might enjoy this video right here.